that incredible relevant in today's workplace. Our group, Yasmin, Sarina, Smile, and myself, dove deep into understanding something that many companies struggle with and how layoffs impacts on organization, heart, and soul. But what more important is the work we done to unpack a really complex issue. Each of us brought our own perspective to this research, which made our analysis rich and multifaceted. Second slide, table of contents. Before we jump in, let me give you a quick roadmap of our presentation. We are going to walk through the key aspects of our research, starting from the introduction, moving through the critical HR issues, analyzing job satisfaction, sharing our recommendations, and wrapping up with our conclusions. Think of it like a journey we are talking together to understand the human side of organizational changes. Second slide. Introduction. So let's talk about the core of our research. We focused on Airbnb, a company that, like many others, faced massive challenges during the COVID-19 pandemic. Our research based on a 2023 study isn't just about numbers. It's about people. We wanted to understand something crucial. What happens to the employees to stay after layoffs? And how do they feel? What goes through their minds? It's about the survivor syndrome and a term that captures the emotional psychological impact of workforce reductions. We will discover that it's not just about who leaves, but how those who remain are treated. Organization needs to implement clear communication methods and principles of organizational justice. It's about maintaining trust when everything seems uncertain. Next slide.
Thank you, Fatima. And now I'm gonna explain the key OBHR issues in layoff survivor experience. Good morning, everyone. I'll be talking about a topic that often get overlooked during organizational change. That one is experience of layoff survivors. They are employees who remain after downsizing events. In case of Airbnb during the COVID-19 crisis, the employees who remains are the one who get affected most, as well as the one who are laid off. They have to face the emotional, psychological, and career-wise, and this is what our analysis will explore. The core concept in the ARB case is organizational justice, as you can see on in our presentation. This is regarding how employees perceive the decision of the organization as being fair, and the case study we have chosen explore this part, and this part is divided into four main dimensions. As you can see, first one is distributive justice, which is about fairness of outcomes. It deals with the fairness of the result. In case of A and B, staffs were wondering why certain people were being let go and others were not, especially when some of the highest performing team members were among the ones who were affected. When staff members do not understand the logic of the result, there will be have to be a misunderstanding, doubt, and anger, which are faced by the top hiring or top management people. Second one is procedural justice, which is about fairness, which explain are these consistent standards being followed when making decision process. In case of Airbnb, employees consulted or at least made aware of the process beforehand. The company went out of its way to be compassionate. For example, uh, the elimination was based not only on individual performance but also on the function, like during the COVID pandemic issues and after the overcome, which part or which team are not to be like needed too much. So this level of transparency made it possible for the survivor or remaining employees to embrace the change. And the next one is the third one, which is interpersonal justice. This relates to how respectfully individuals are treated. In A and B case, manager exercise empathies, and most of them, which like have to give the news of that you are fired, are not done by their supervisor but by someone else. So this helped in saving the both parties their face. This simple gesture really do come along a way, which influence survivor judgment regarding the integrity of the company. And the last one is transparency or informational justice. This was A&B Major's area of strength in this response. The CEO, Brian Chesky, openly addressed through genuine letters, real-time questioning, and news alike. These educated employees, even if the news wasn't good, they are to be let go. But as we can do at the time of COVID, it's a major crisis. It hits everyone. So now moving on to the next slide. Moving on to the next slide, please. Thank you. The next issue or next slide I will present is survival syndrome. It tell about that what outcome or things are faced by the remaining employees. Uh, the most remaining employees face psychological traumas uh, of being laid off. Many A and B workers experience overwhelming feelings of guilt, sadness, and apprehension after watching their co-workers leave. Some of them who were close friends with each other. And this emotional stress wasn't all about caring for others. It's about the fear, like, am I the next who's gonna be laid off? This kind of stress is ongoing, hindering the ability to people or people's ability to concentrate on their work, collaborate with their team member. Uh, then there is trust in management. Throughout any crisis, how leadership communicate is a huge deciding factor of how the things go on from here. In ERB case, the leadership tried to really be transparent. They explained to employees why they are letting go. Uh, and there were extra attempts to make about their wellness, like re-establish trust by giving them support and providing some benefit of healthcare. And the last one is workload attribution. Like as you can see in the case of our case study, 25% of the employees were fired. So their job or their part are to be given to the remaining working people who are already very less and they are feeling very overwhelmed by this. Uh, to wrap this up, we can say in the case of ANB, do the organization try their best to like help the remaining workers to be like feel accepted, but there are some HR professional issues that are faced in this file, which will be explained by my next group member, Sarina. And thank you. This is all from me.
Thank you so much. According you guys talk about that. We talk about the Lee Hong and Young in 2023. Um, Layoff and Airbnb during the COVID pandemic and impact of employees' perception of fairness. And we talk about for keywords, distributed justice. It's about the fairness of the outcome. Procedural justice. It's about fairness of the process used to make layoff decisions. Interpersonal justice. It's about fairness in the treatment of employees and information justice is about the fairness of the information provided to employees, but it's about the analyze. Um, we have analyze of completeness, stages of that. The study provides us the details analyze of the immediate emotional responses of employees such as cerebral syndrome and stress, and it concerns organizational justice theories to real employees experience, which can help managers negotiate crisis management effectively. But and in weakness, the um, simple size of the only 15 participants lies the organization of the links to other organizations or industries, and the study focus so in our Airbnb, making it hard to apply the finding to other sector and the long-term consequences such as career advances and sometimes employment communities were not explored, reducing the study's overall completeness. And the lack of mm, compares with other industries or management style limits of conclusions for its applications. So about the logic, um, the study is logically structures linking organizational justice cooperates with interview data, making easy to understand. Um, but the weakness, the outs assume that all employees rates similarly to management and encourage individual difference. Culture, dance, and industries species factors. And the studies focus on quantitative method limits the ability to make words compete with the other management system or industries. And the studies is grounded in soul organizational justice stories. It use quality methods, efficacy, provided reach, um, attitudes, engage into employees' experience during a layoff, and then uh, and the weakness of the study, the small sample size of just 15 participants limited the study's applications. The focus on Airbnb within a hospital industry makes it different to apply the finding to other industry. There is no analysis of long-term effects like careers development and employment communicate, and the studies does not compare different measure style or industry limited over scope and principles. To generally, Lee and Hulk have a experience to employees during layoff participate in related to organizational justice, and they have a good management practice. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarina. Yes, and for the job satisfaction and workload, we can see that after the layoff in Airbnb business, the employee who stayed had to do much more work than previously, comparing to the past before COVID. And this made them feel tired, exhausted, overwhelmed, and such things. So, and some of them even think that they may leave the company because of too much work, and they may feel overwhelmed because of the situation. And so and also they are not they have some problem with the manager that they are not um, that they are not sharing everything clearly, and tell employees what happened for the next step and what will happen for the long and short term future about this business. And so it shows that why it is so important for companies to share the work fairly and openly to the workers and be honest with them. And there's a theory called organizational justice, which says that um, um, people at work should be work better, and they should feel satisfied and secure in the workplace, and manager they should support their employees because of some um, difficult situation like COVID, like layoff or other things. And manager should make decisions and should first share the openness and fairness with employees in different field like communication and giving work, giving tasks and others. And this can help employees to feel satisfied and secured in the workplace. Um, so moving to the next slide, we can recommend some ideas and something to talk about this situation for the layoff. Um, as an example, first the managers should be transparent, should be clear with the instruction, with every plan they've gonna made for the future about the situation with the workers, so the workers and the employers can feel satisfied, can feel secured with the managers, and cannot feel confused about different tasks in an organization. And second, the people who stay in the company needs emotional support because they already feel confused, they already feel guilty and unhappy about the layoff situation, that, and they may feel that because they remain to this work, um, um, mm, they lost some of their friends, some of their co-workers, so they need emotional support of the managers to talk with them and support them. And it's better to share work. And third, companies shouldn't give the employees too much work, um, and they should be fair with them in each field, in giving task or communication and other field. For example, they can share all of the task with a lot of team members, and not just put one task on the shoulder of one person. And after all, the manager needs training programs to how to listen to their workers, how to help them, how to support them for this situation that has happened. And and yeah, that's it. And this is called inclusive leadership, and it's a good idea to give learners program to help workers grow and give them the right direction, clear direction for the future. And these actions build trust and make the team stronger. So many HR ideas are built up based on these theories that you can use whenever you're um, facing difficulties or dissatisfaction of the workers and the employers in this situation. So these are the recommendations that you can use when some problem or difficulties happen in such situation. I will give the next slide to my friend Fatima. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarina. Uh, in conclusion, here we what we learned, and it's a pretty powerful. Layoffs aren't just business decisions; they are human experience also. And when companies reduce their workforce, they are not just cutting jobs; they are potentially destroying just and moral. The key takes away for the organization needs to be fair, show empathy, and be transparent. Leadership isn't just about making tough decisions, about supporting our teams through about decisions. Long-term commitment means understanding that every person's matters, just challenging times. About this, imagine an employee who survives around layoffs. They are scared, uncertain, trust is shaken. Our research shows that how companies handle this moment can make and break its future resilience. Next slide, please. References is our insight aren't just opinions, they are backed by serious academic research and we will draw from experts like Walcott, Greenberg, and recent studies that dive deep into organizational behavior. Each of these resources help us build a comprehensive understanding of workplace dynamics. The references aren't just names on a page. That represents a years of research into how organizations can be more human, more understanding, and ultimately more successful. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Professor.
Thank